Greetings, BUSN 1360 Software Apps for Business Students. I'm Dr. McGrory. So you're about to begin your first SIMnet assignments, and specifically, you're going to start a SIMbook. So what is a SIMbook? What I really want you to understand is that this is a simulation that is in your browser. It's different than the skills review assignments that you're going to do really in just a little bit in our class, just a little later, where you will need the Office 365 software installed. But for now, you're going to be working in your browser. So let me show you what a SIMbook is. We're in our course in pause, and you've read the home page, and you're up to date on announcements and your book and all that, and now we're navigating to content. And it's really important that you complete the Getting Started module, because in the Getting Started module, you're going to see videos, for example, completing a SIMbook. And notice that's a required video tutorial. So hopefully by this time, you've already aced the quiz on that as well. So you know a little bit about the SIMbook. Well, just to make sure we're on the same page, I'm continuing on to Module 1, Windows 11, and File Management. And I have some information at the top that I encourage you to review to prepare yourself to study. And as you can see, our semester is just about to get started. So I'm in this class just a little bit early. So this assignment opens August the 25th. We're a few days before that right now, and it closes September 2nd. And if you're watching in a future semester, then you'll see those dates when it opens and when it closes right there in pause. But I don't have a student account, so I need to show you this separately anyway. You're going to open these assignments by clicking links in pause. You'll click this Windows 11, an overview. When you finish that, you'll return here and you'll click File Management Basics. So make sure, for example, in Module 1, that you complete both assignments. But I'm going to open SIMnet in a separate browser window so that I can show you from the student perspective, but I'm logging in as a teacher. I am logged in to a duplicate copy of our course, and I'm logged in as a pretend student, and Jill Doe is my student name. So this is just a demonstration account. And when I come in, I see different folders of assignments that I need to complete. I'm going to click this Module 1 folder. When you click the link from pause, you will most likely be taken directly into the assignment. I'm going to begin with File Management Basics, but always begin your assignments using the link in pause. In that way, your grade will automatically transmit back to pause. So go back to pause before you begin Windows 11, an overview, to make sure that you get credit for both assignments, because those grades will be synchronized in pause. I'm going to click our first SIMbook, File Management Basics. Here's my SIMbook. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and look at this. Some of my SIMbook tasks have been created. When you open yours, you'll be starting from the beginning just as I did. And I have more work to do because all of them are not completed. Now, I could pick up exactly where I left off by simply clicking this link in the SIMbook and continuing about my way. Or if I'm starting from the beginning, I could click this very first link. Or I can simply click Open SIMbook. That's kind of fun. Open SIMbook. It takes me to File Management Basics, which it says is Chapter 2 of this part of the book, and it tells me some of the skills that I'm going to learn. And I can click, I think, nope, I thought these were clickable. Oh, yeah, they are. I thought they were. I'm sorry, let me go back. These are clickable links over here on the verbiage. That's where you want to click. And you can go directly to a certain part of your book, which will be really helpful when you're doing the skill review, so that you know, okay, I don't know how to do this task. You can find it in your book. You can also use these arrows on the side, and I know you've learned about this, but I just want to emphasize how great our book is, because you can just look at the pictures, and you can learn so much about how to change the view of your icons, how to navigate around. I mean, there's just so much information, and look at this. tips and tricks that will help you be faster and more efficient and maybe learn how to do something that you didn't know how to do previously. So as I go through this book, I want to make sure that I'm looking over to the side because I have show me, guide me, and let me try. Now I have completed these, which is why they have check marks next to each one. So that means that it's done. But the one that I have to complete is let me try. Okay, this is where you earn points, this let me try. I'm going to go a little bit further in our book. You see these check marks. Oh, okay. In this one, I did the show me, and that's a little video. We'll see this in a moment. I did not do the guide me, but I went straight to the let me try. And that's okay because I got points for that let me try. That's what's graded. But I don't want you to struggle with the let me try because the answer is right here with show me and guide me. That's the answer. So don't frustrate yourself if you don't know how to do the let me try. It's okay. You're here to learn. So go back to show me, but make sure you complete the let me try to earn your points. And again, look at the great pictures. This is not heavy reading. This is a how-to manual that's going to get you up to speed very quickly. Look at this one. I didn't do the show me. I didn't do the guide me. I went straight to the let me try because when I looked at what this is about, creating a new folder and subfolder, I already knew how to do this. Folks, if I could really encourage you to pay attention, this is one you need to know how to do because you're going to create folders and maybe even subfolders in this class. That's a very useful tool. Oh, okay. Now I've come to this task of selecting multiple files. So if I don't know how to do this using the Shift key, then I'm going to go to Show Me. Look at this. It says click the play button to start the video. Now I'm not going to do the whole video, but look at this. And there's even little checkpoints in here where I can review or where I'm going to see certain tasks.
To select multiple files that...
Okay, I'm going to stop there because you see. So I finished the video and it says you've successfully completed this. And look up here, I've got a little checkbox now. That lets me know, yes, I've done this already. And I can continue and it will take me to guide me. Now I could exit this and go back to my book and do the guide me from there. But this will kind of let me practice. Press the Shift key and click the 5th file in the list. So maybe I want to do that, or maybe I feel comfortable. So if I feel comfortable, I can go right ahead to let me try, but you do the ones that support your learning. So if I'm comfortable with this, look at this, it says select the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th files in the list. So this is the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. And as they showed me, I'm going to use my Shift key. As soon as I did it, it graded it, it said I was correct, and I clicked the next button, and I'm off to the races. So you can see, now it says select the 2nd, and this is step 2 of 2. So I had more than one thing to do in this particular item. Select the 2nd and 5th files in the file list. Well, maybe I'm confused about this. So I'm going to click the 2nd one, and I'm going to hold my Shift key down again, which is not the correct thing to do. So I'm doing that again. Look at that. Incorrect. It says use the Control key. So it's telling me what I'm supposed to do. But if I didn't understand, I can go back to Show Me, and I can watch that video again so that I make sure I get it correct when I do the let me try. I come back to let me try. I'm starting over at step 1 of 2, so I would have to select, okay, I'm doing this quickly because you're going to go through and do it at a speed that you learn with this. There we go. Now I've done it correctly. And you see the check marks next to this. So this is your first SIMbook. Notice it's in your browser. It is a simulated environment. So as you learn about Windows, for example, this is a simulated Windows environment. And that's okay. Later on, very soon, when you start doing skill review projects, you will have to use the software that's installed on your computer to complete the assignments. So right now you're learning with the SIMbook, but be prepared because the skill review projects are coming. But you have so much support. I've got videos to help you. You see how great your book is with these guided steps. So thanks, and keep on going and earn the best points possible, but promote your learning. Everything builds along the way. So support your own learning. Thanks, folks.